happy Friday. Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. Topping our newscast, the attendance at Friday's special meeting of the Croix Elections Board was no better than the district's first official meeting of the year last week. In fact, it was worse. So there was no quorum to handle the board's business. News 2's Erica Parsons has more.
Only 2 St. Croix election board members showed up at Friday's special meeting, preventing a quorum.
If they don't want to be to the meetings, then they shouldn't run for the boards. You get elected to the boards and everybody have a new excuse why they can't come.
Chairman Adelbert Bryan said emails were circulated between election staff and board members. Glenn Webster remains on medical leave, but Lisa Harris-Moorhead had been scheduled to return from an elections conference yesterday, but she called in an emergency. Liliana Belardo de O'Neill is out of the territory attending a Republican National Committee meeting, and given those details, newcomer Barbara McIntosh decided she wouldn't attend if there was no quorum.
Meetings don't have a quorum until it is called to order. So whatever that practice was, really don't make any sense.
The special meeting was a continuation of last week's meeting to organize the board and elect new officers. They were also supposed to confirm a replacement for Rupert Ross, who resigned before being sworn in.
It will remain as is, as chairman and vice chairman and secretary is not here. I would continue until all the members who belong here come to pick who they want to be the chair.
The new board member has to be selected within 30 days, and it has to be the next highest vote getter from the same political party as the departing member. That's Raymond Williams. If he declines, the new choice rests with the governor.
After the board selects and approves Mr. Williams, then the court will swear in Mr. Williams and he will become a member of the board. If 30 days pass and he ain't sworn in because he don't have a quorum, then I would just notify the governor he picks somebody to put in Mr. Ross's place. That's what the statute said.
Bryan said he was told Williams accepted, but Williams can't actively participate on the board until he's sworn in. No other item on the agenda was addressed. There was no way to certify the election recount, and the election supervisor wasn't present to give the year-end report. Erica Parsons, News 2.
Now, the St. Croix board scheduled the next meeting for the 21st to try to organize the board. Well, as we reported on Thursday, many are still in shock after the news of the resignation of former Judge Soraya Diassi-Cofelt, Governor Kenneth Mapp's nominee to the position of Attorney General. Now, a letter from the staff of the Department of Justice, Office of the Attorney General, have circulated a letter in which the staff said they were looking forward to embracing new leadership. They expressed disappointment that Cofelt resigned. The staff letter stated that there are many issues within the Justice Department that needed to be addressed and that they had faith in Cofelt's abilities to resolve them. However, they stated they understand that she has moral standards to adhere to. Now, a government house press release reiterated Cofelt's reasons for resigning, which include a staffing conflict with personnel assembled by the administration. Governor Mapp accepted Cofelt's resignation, stating, "It is indeed unfortunate that we were unable to resolve the staffing personnel issues prior to this resignation." Governor Mapp stated he wishes Cofelt well in her future endeavors. Be sure to count on 2 to keep you updated. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. will be remembered with a peace march on January 19th at 2 p.m. from the Rothschild Francis Market Square to Emancipation Garden. All schools and civic organizations are invited. It's being presented by the distinguished gentlemen of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, Theta Epsilon Lambda Chapter.
For us, it's very special because Martin Luther King, Reverend Dr. Brother Martin Luther King Jr. is, and was a fraternity brother of ours, one of the many prominent alphas in the community. We proceed from Market Square directly to Emancipation Gardens, where there is a very short program, which usually entails people from the various organizations taking some part in the program.
Now, be sure to tune in to News 2 on Martin Luther King Day, Monday, January 20th at 7 p.m. and 12 a.m. as we recognize the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King. Also, there will be a parade presented by the Central Labor Council Civil Rights Committee. That's at 10 a.m. from the Claude Mako in Frederickstead School to the General Buttle Park. Now, registration begins at 9 a.m. For those who would like to hit the pavement running this Sunday, stars MLK Jr. 5K walk and run that will take place. They're asking you to please register by 7 a.m. The course loops around the Roy Schneider Hospital Service Road and ends near Lockhart School. Contact Dale Joseph at 340-777-3959 for more information. Now, for more than 20 years, the Hebrew Congregation of St. Thomas has recognized students they feel embody the values of King. 8 high school students are being honored and awarded $500 during a ceremony that's going on this evening at the synagogue. The National Park Service will also be celebrating Dr. King's birthday in their own way by opening the doors of Fort Christian Verne on Monday. Entrance will be free for all visitors, and congratulations to the students there who are being honored. Now, students from Rutgers University were in the territory this week to help the National Park Service work on St. Croix projects. It's the students' 3rd visit.
First time they visited, they gave us a very nice landscape architect drawing, several of them for consideration for the Columbus Landing site at Salt River. This time, they're going to, the students are going to, this spring, be involved in creating for us the transatlantic slave trade as it occurred here at Christiansted National Historic Site. And so that's been one of our key pieces to connect people to the park, especially our own community, by showing the resources that are hidden in plain sight.
Well, turning our attention overseas, in a series of raids in Germany, authorities in Berlin arrested 2 men on suspicion of recruiting fighters for the Islamic State in Syria. The arrests came as police in Belgium search for more suspects possibly involved in a plot to attack police buildings in the country. Yesterday, they preempted what officials say was an imminent plot, killing 2 heavily armed suspects with ties to Syria during a fierce firefight in the eastern city of Verviers. The raids follow last week's terror spree in Paris that left 17 dead. Well, keeping our eye on the economy, starting today, it's going to be easier to travel to Cuba and send money to family living there. As promised, the Obama administration is loosening the long-time trade embargo. Americans will now be able to use credit and debit cards in Cuba. They can also bring back $100 worth of Cuban rum or those famous Cuban cigars. Here's the New York Stock Exchange with our stock market watch. The Dow, Nasdaq, S&P all up. The Dow 190, Nasdaq 63, S&P 26. Coming up on News 2, lots of events planned this weekend. We'll tell you about some fun events to mark in your calendar. We'll be right back. A tight-knit group of young high school athletes have a terrible crash after winning the state championship, a catastrophe that will shape all their lives. But as adults, some 15 years later, they come together again for a reunion that will open old wounds, expose long-hidden secrets, and pave the road to forgiveness and redemption. The film called The Crew made history at the 2014 and won awards in the American Black Film Festival, the 2014 Martha's Vineyard African American Film Festival, the Bronzelands Film Festival in Atlanta, just to name a few. Now, Crew stars include Keith Robinson, Richard T. Jones, Harry J. Lennox, Melissa D'Souza, Sammy Ritobi, Antoine Tanner, Allison Eastwood, and Jermaine Crawford. Here's more.
Film that really shows you, what it means to have family, friends, and to appreciate your loved ones. No matter if you grew up together, hadn't seen each other in 15, 20 years, that love and camaraderie will always be there.
My father is from the St. Thomas Virgin Islands, so I've been coming back and forth from the Virgin Islands since I was 4 years old. So I'm a local, and it was very important to bring the film back home to, if for nothing else, try to be some sort of inspiration to people who may want to know how to get into the game. And
check us out on our Facebook. That's facebook.com/Crew Movie. That's CRU Movie. and also Oddly Inc. as well. And also check out the website, Glass Rock Entertainment, for more upcoming projects.
And kudos to those guys. Proceeds will benefit my brother's workshop, and they've been making the rounds around the island, attending a lot of school events, including CAHS, Antilles. They have plans for St. Croix at Gift Hill, Ivani Dorcan, and much more. Well, initiative spearheaded by Antilles middle and upper school drama teacher Megan Elliott aims to bring the concept of children's live action theater to students in the Early Learning Center. The first performance of the 10th grade's Readers Theater debuted on campus last Tuesday, bringing the school's toddler through kindergarten classes an interactive version of the Grimm Brothers classic, The Brementown Musicians, penned by Elliott herself. Elliott has worked for the past 2 years to continue building the school's theater program, making it more community-oriented, with students having an active role in the production process. Readers Theater was performed in ELC's mini amphitheater. Congrats to the students. Well, more theater news. The Reichel Center, a 1,196-seat amphitheater, has had a great season so far. The center's 36th season opened with a sold-out performances from reggae artist Tassan Shen, winner of the hit television show The Voice, and Virgin Islands' own Pressure Bus Pipe. Now preparations are underway for the legend Kenneth Babyface Edmonds. Now, Babyface is a musical maverick who has ignited the hearts of music lovers for decades. Songwriter, hitmaker, superstar, recording artist, and record label owner and producer. Babyface has won 10 Grammy Awards. He has sold more than 500 million singles and albums and has more than 100 chart-topping hits. He's going to be performing at 8 p.m. this weekend.
Performance, not only from the standpoint of his hits, but he's written for so many artists out here. And I know he's going to do a melody, he's going to do a medley, I should say, of their hits. You know, Celine Dion, Mariah Carey, Beyonce, the list goes on in the artists that he's worked with.
Looking forward to that. Well, do you love belly dancing, hookah, and have a taste for Middle Eastern food? Well, Hubbly Bubbly is back bigger and better than ever. The newly renovated lounge is located in Vitraco Mall, and that's where the action will be. They are holding a grand opening party. A new manager who has invited some world-class belly dancers from the Magic Steps Belly Dancing Academy for this special occasion. That's Saturday, January 17th at Hubbly Bubbly. That's in Vitraco Mall here in St. Thomas. Many are looking forward to the Water Island Music Festival, now in its 10th year. The lineup includes Julian Gargulio, pianist and composer, pianist Maria Yefimova, pianist, and much more. Worldwide talent. It begins today, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, reservations are required, so you have to call 514-9995 for more information. Well, it is time for our pet of the week. Now, this week's featured pet is cool and collected, little pup. Sean is only a few weeks old, but he's ready to be your companion. If you're interested, you can call the Humane Society. That number is 775-0599.
This is Sean, our Humane Society dog. He is 12 weeks old, and he is ready to be adopted. He is one of the last ones of his litter. He is very calm and very relaxed, and he'd love to be your friend. Come down to the Humane Society to meet him.
Well, your opportunity to find some friends on the Big Island as well. The Christian Said Boardwalk will be going to the dogs on Saturday afternoon with the annual Croix Barca's Dog Parade, sponsored by Croix. Now, this year's theme is Under the Sea, so dogs and their owners will be dressed in the appropriate nautical attire. Registration and judging in several categories begins at noon at Rum Runners, with the parade march on the boardwalk and through downtown Christiansted at 1. The award ceremony is at 2 at Angry Nate's. Everyone and every dog is welcome to participate. Well, be sure to stick around. Your News2 AccuWeather forecast comes your way next.